All right, so in this video, we are going to describe the transformations that affect these cubic functions over here. We have 6 questions. So before I actually solve the questions, let me first describe transformations from the basic equation with transformations. So this is a cubic equation with transformations. You have 4 transformations, A, K, D, and C. So A is just a vertical stretch or a vertical compression. If A is larger or bigger than 1, it's a vertical stretch. If A is between 0 and 1, it's a vertical compression. Now, if A is a negative value, it's also going to be a reflection in the x-axis. K is just the opposite of A. K is either a horizontal compression or a horizontal stretch. And it's the opposite of this one here, because if K is larger than 1, it's a horizontal compression. And if K is in between 0 and 1, it's a horizontal stretch. So just keep in mind that stretches and compressions are the opposite for vertical and horizontal. If K is negative, it's a reflection in the y-axis. D is just left or right, horizontal translation. And C is just up or down, that's a vertical translation. If you have negative a value, that's going to be moving to the right. If you have plus a value, you're moving towards the left. If you have a positive C value, you're going up. If you have a negative C value, you're going down. So let's actually take a look at the questions. Let's start solving the questions and applying those rules. So let's take a look at the first one over here. I have 12x minus 9 cubed minus 7. So this 12 is my A value. It's larger than 1, which means it's a vertical stretch by a factor of 12. The negative 9 means I'm moving 9 units to the right. So I have a horizontal translation, 9 units, right. And this negative 7 here is my C value. It just means I have a vertical translation, 1 unit down. Go to the second question over here. This is inside the bracket, so it's my K value. Remember, K is inside the bracket, A is outside the bracket. So this is a K value over here. It's smaller than 1. So it's going to be a horizontal stretch. Horizontal stretch by a factor of, instead of writing 7 over 8, we need to always flip horizontal stretches and compressions upside down. So 8 over 7. And we have the plus 1 here, which is a horizontal translation. 1 unit left, because plus means left and minus means right. Then I have the plus 3 over here, which just means it's a vertical translation. 3 units up. All right, let's take a look at the third question. Always go from left to right. I first have the negative over here. This is my A value. This is a reflection in the x-axis. 2 is bigger than 1. You don't consider the negative when thinking about stretches and compressions. 2 is larger than 1. That's going to be a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. Negative 6 is a horizontal translation, 6 units to the right. And negative 8, that's going to be a vertical translation, 8 units down. Fourth question here is a bit of a trick question. We actually have to start this question by rewriting it, because this is in factored form. But if we rewrite this as x plus 9 cubed, which is the exact same thing, it's now in transformation form. You can tell there's only one transformation. That's a horizontal translation of 9 units left. My fifth one here looks like there's the most transformations in this one. Start all the way at the left. This is my A value. It's negative, which means there's a reflection in the x-axis. Then I have the 2 here. This is larger than 1, so this is a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. My k value is also negative, so there's a reflection in the y-axis. This 3 is larger than 1, so for horizontal stretches and compressions, if it's larger than 1, it's going to be a horizontal compression by a factor of, and remember we have to flip this number upside down so it becomes 1/3. And this is just a horizontal translation, 4 units to the right. And last transformation is a vertical translation, 5 units down. And last question here should be pretty simple at this point. We only have a k value and a d value. The k value is 3/4 less than 1, which means that this is going to be a horizontal stretch. Flip it upside down, so make sure the 3/4 turns into 4/3. And here I just have a horizontal translation, 10 units to the right.